Now, the Blue Valentine is one of my oldest hats. When I first was living in Ecuador and I decided to be a hat maker, which was a revelation, I had no idea I was going to do that. I went, all right, I'm going to make 12 hats and then I'm going to test them. So I took them around South America and took them to the States, back to Australia. And when I made the 12 hats, we travelled down the Amazon. We had this big box and I left 11 of them on the bus and off they went. And I went, bugger. Anyway, so we ended up back in Cuenca and I made a new set, and the Blue Valentine, no one cared about it. It was one of those hats and I was like, what's going on? Why do people love this hat? And then when we opened up in Hawaii, it became my best selling hat in the world. And it's just one of those hats that you've really got to try it on to understand what it's all about. Now, how can I express it? It's a navy blue and cream, heavily vented weave. And so, I don't know if you can see this. You can see how much light flows through that. It's just the best summer hat for going to the beach. And when it's really hot, the air just flows through it. It's super tough and it will fade a little bit over time, but it looks fantastic when it fades. Originally, I named it after an old Tom Waits song, which happened to be playing which was called Blue Valentine. And it was playing when my son was born in the lounge. And I've got a soft spot for this hat. And whenever I go on holidays, I always take one. My wife takes one, my kids take one. And the Blue Valentine is one of those hats we're a bit matchy-matchy with. And I know you're thinking, oh, it's a bit too leery, a bit too loud. But honestly, it's worth it. It really is a fantastic hat. Now, the other part of it is you get great attention. Everywhere you go, everyone will come up to you and say, oh, I love your hat. And if you don't like that sort of stuff happening, don't get this hat. But you just get really good positive attention and they just love it. And they'll ask you where it came from and I'll say I'm a hat maker and all those stories flow from that. But it's just one of those hats you want to have in your repertoire. And if you're only going to get one hat, maybe you're going to get a conservative hat. But this is your I'm going to a party and I want to look great hat. The brim, 6.5 centimeters, so it gives you full sun coverage. You can snap it up, down, any way you like. Oh, that was silly. I like it snapped like that. Although admittedly, down at the back does look nice, particularly with women. And this hat really is amazing if you've got green or blue eyes. It just pulls your eyes up and makes them punch. And I remember the first time I saw it, we had our shop in the south of France, and all these English ladies were coming in. And the English have beautiful cornflower blue eyes with long eyelashes. And she put the hat on and I went, oh, that looks good. And she looked in the mirror and went, wow, I look amazing. And it's that kind of hat. Now my eyes, they're kind of greeny, browny blue. They're a bit of a mixture, so it doesn't really make my eyes punch that much. But it still works that way. So it's one of those hats, if you love it and you're interested in it and there's something exciting about it, do it, because it will be your favorite hat. You'll have it there on your wall for years to come, and every time you want to stand out in the crowd and feel amazing and be really, really cool in many dimensions of coolness, it is superb. So think about the Blue Valentine. I love it.